Going to reach his scouting report when we get a chance, but Walt Whitman High School.
Part of his scouting report is going to center around his size, because he's listed at 6'6", 180. But just look at that frame there. That's a basketball body.
Here you go. David, 6'6" right-hander. I've been up to 90 in games. I've set 85, 87. A 4-pitch mix of fastball to slider, which comes in at 75, 79 with 2,600 RPMs. As my primary strikeout pitch, a changeup and a curveball.
All right.
And Tyler Wood is going to lead things off. Got locked up on a pitch that ran in and waves and misses.
But that wouldn't surprise me. He's an arm talented.
Ken has gone full to Tyler Wood. Here's a payoff pitch, and that is a dandy. Strike 3 called.
Well, we saw a couple of the sliders that Wells Twining talked about as his strikeout pitch, and it was a strikeout pitch there. You can see the nice break on it, some depth, kind of locked up Wood's knees right there. And that was the second one he'd seen, so it wasn't the first one. And it looks like he really has a feel for the release point on that.
And that'll bring up Andrew Duncan. The pitch to Duncan is a little bit up, a little bit in for a called ball. The Duke commit for Duncan. And he said in his last outing of the high school season, he threw 104 pitches, held 85, 87 on his velocity to that point.
Tournaments, especially the WWBA Age Group National Championships.
Those raindrops come down or any type of interruptions. Twining's pitch had a little bit of arm side run to it, but called a strike over the inside corner.
Whatsoever. Not to say there aren't other things in the area, but I don't think this one's going to.
Strike 3 called to Duncan. Talk me off the ledge a few times if need be, but watch this strike 3 pitch.
Great location, the bottom of the zone to both sides of the plate. It's one thing to get the lesson, it's another thing to be able to execute it.
No doubt. Jack Hellitt will bat with 2 outs and a runner at second base. Got another Wisconsin native. We're heavy on the Wisconsinites here for this team. Well pitched. Strike 2. Comes set just a little bit away from that body, then the big leg kick, and that's a comebacker. No, that was handled easily. Thought it may have bounced, but it was right in the glove of Twining. Casually makes the catch to end the inning. So, David, he gave up the double, put a couple of strikeouts, and fielded his position.
Yeah, the double didn't seem to faze him at all. He has that smile coming off the mound. He's enjoying himself out there.
Smiling.
I like that. We'll take another look at Wells Twining, the 6'6" right-hander who takes his baseball lessons from 5'9" Marcus Stroman and got an A from those lessons, at least in that first inning of work. That we've seen consistently, ability to spot the fastball. I don't think this Twining's going to like the overall numbers. Actually, he threw a 90 up on the board there. Mostly 84, 86, reach back for a 90 on one pitch. Gets nice running action. But that breaking ball is a good solid pitch for him. That was an example there. He got the hitter pellet reaching, nice little harmless line drive right back to the pitcher.
Be able to command the fastball, but also work both sides of the plate, in, out. If you can go up and down, or at least get that pitch at the knees and work the corners. Mixing a breaking ball certainly.
Very good players, and that's how you get better, is playing against players that are as good or better than you.
Well, Cameron, we saw him on the mound. Now he quickly put his glove down, grabbed his helmet and his bat, and he's ready to lead off the 4th inning against Twining. With a couple of strikeouts, gave up the 1 double. It was effective, and let's see what he can do. Facing now his counterpart. How about that first pitch to get the wave and a miss? That one had some drop and some dive to it.
That was a 77-mile-an-hour changeup that we did not see in the first inning, I believe. And it was a nice one. Yeah, the best sign of a changeup for me as a scout is if I have to look at the radar gun to determine whether it was a changeup right away. If I don't see it, I can see most changeups before pitchers this age release it. And when I have to go, oops, that was 77 from a young man who's throwing in the mid-80s, that's usually the sign it was a pretty darn good pitch. But Twining there showed no signs of any. He just kept the grip. He changed the speed by the grip, not by the pace of his arm or the pace of his body and his delivery.
3 balls and a strike after getting that first pitch changeup, wave and a miss. Count might have been off there, but he gets the wave and a miss. So Twining continues to do what he did the previous inning. Get outs, get strikeouts. That's 3 Ks of the 4 outs he's recorded. The other was the soft liner back at him that he speared and caught.
And that was a nice example of using the slider, which is obviously his money go-to strikeout pitch in his words and in these actions, and throwing it to a left-handed hitter. And not all right-handed pitchers, for instance, are comfortable throwing breaking balls to left-handed hitters.
Nate Shoemaker, the batter. Twining really working with some tempo, and there's a roller on the ground to third. Play made. Throw across the diamond is going to be in time. There might have been a tag. So Twining has a chance for his 2 scoreless. Casey Carpenter, the batter. Twining did say at the end of last summer that he had a back issue, an upper back issue that caused him to be unable to pitch for multiple weeks, but kind of jumped into PT and strengthening that area and was able to come back and pitch, and now certainly having success here this summer at the Junior National Showcase. David, he's starting to mix in a little more of the repertoire here in the second inning.
Yeah, he's pitching away from his fastball, and we've seen a more of a curveball shape on a few breaking balls. We've seen the changeup, and then you throw that high fastball up in the zone, and it's just all that much more effective. But the key is he's throwing strikes with all those pitches.
I'm trying to find something that's white now.
And he's ahead of Casey Carpenter. Still see some multi-sport athletes at this level before they get a little deeper into their high school careers. But Twining snaps off another one, David. That is 2 scoreless innings. Gave up the 1 double to Terry, which was well hit, but he struck out 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth.
With the rhythm he's in, he's feeling like, hey, I could go out and throw 5 or 6 shutout innings today because he's got the rhythm going. He's got multiple pitches for strikes. That's the kind of thing young man should be really happy with himself. But he's thinking, hey, I might want to go out and throw a few more innings. I'm feeling good. Look at that in the dugout. I'm feeling good now.